Yo, Reno Richard here again. Finally, the snow is gone, hopefully for good. Now getting back to the bike. So, this is all about comfort for the road trip to Vegas in the summer. So, this is my Highway Pegs 2.0. So, I'm just mocking it up now. Put some clamps on it. Just got like some super thin 1/2 inch. And it's hollow. So put some clamps on there. This is exactly why they made rear axle hollow. So that you can put a rod through it and have very comfortable ride. I don't know. It's probably just for weight saving. So yeah, just go to your local Lowe's. Got this one. It's like 3 feet. This is like 3/4. Fit in the one side of the axle, but it wouldn't fit in the other. So, yeah, most people that ride sport bikes are super short and weigh like 110 pounds. And yeah, the normal pegs are like, oh, they're great. They work just fine for them. But no, dude, if you're a normal dude or even taller, then yeah, your legs are gonna be killing you. So I was able to fix the seat. I'll show you that. Does that in another video. But this is the one thing that nobody makes. Nobody makes, and it's super needed, is highway pegs. So I'll show you my old ones. This was 1.0 highway peg. So you can see it's got a bolt in the end. It's just basically ABS, and I don't know, I think it's 1.5 inches. So it's like PVC, it's just black stuff. Basically just put the cap on, drilled a hole in it, and then I just used the swing arm spools bolts. You just unbolt that, and then you just bolt this in right there, and so it just sits right there. So they work pretty good. Fully tested them, and yeah, they worked. So the only problem I had was in the end. I had one right around this bolt, where the bolt went in the hole. It cracked a little bit. I went on at least a 1,000-mile road trip down to Vegas, went to LA and back to Vegas, and then back to Reno and rode around a bunch. So it did crack a little bit near the bolt. So it didn't hurt it, but I made another pair, which was pretty easy to do. You just need like a hacksaw and a drill. So I made another pair in Vegas, just to be on the safe side, because once you use a highway peg, it's amazing. So you have to have them. So the only problem is this size of this hole on like a newer CBR, at least. I don't know about other sport bikes. The bolt is much larger for the swing arm spool, so that would be much better. This one I was a little worried that it was too small in diameter and I might break it off. So I run to Vegas at high speeds usually, so pretty much everyone does. So when you hit bumps, it definitely makes more of a difference. This one's actually longer for the right side because the old school pipe, the old school Yoshi, you gotta have it longer to stick out so you can rest your feet on it. So yeah, bumps at high speeds, these definitely flex, and so that's a little unnerving. So I tried not to put much weight on these. I mean, it's super strong. I know for sure this ABS could take it. You could definitely stand on this ABS. It's not going to crack or anything. It's just the size of this bolt. It's just a little small. So yeah, that was a little unnerving with them flexing over bumps, and especially like, you know, cattle guards. There's cattle guards at 95. You had a cattle guard at 100 miles an hour. I'd usually lift my feet up to take the weight off of them, or just put them on the regular pegs. So that's why I want to move to this 2.0 now that I've made that work. Basically, you know, ideally if I could just leave the spools where they're at, go 2.0, just, you know, put a rod through. And I know they do this. I was going to do a threaded rod, but you'd have to use nuts, and that's kind of a hassle. So I know they do this for stunt pegs on the rear. So you could basically do those. You know, that would work. Usually they get rid of this pipe. So they just have like a race pipe on it. So, but I'm a college student, so I'm poor. I don't want to pay like $150 for stupid stunt pegs. So yeah, so this is the first part. Mocked it up, and then I just marked where to cut it here on this side. keep it as minimal as possible. Only just wide enough for the boot. So you can see, if my boot hits right against the spool. Actually, it would be better if I had that off. I wouldn't have to stick it out as much. I didn't think about that. But you need those for changing tires and doing chain adjustments. So, and it's not going to hurt anyway. And you can see, even with it up against there, you still got a little bit. So if you want, I already tried, you can like put your foot off at an angle or hang it down. I like to do that. Hang it down while I'm rolling. So a couple 3 hours fine, but you run 6, 8, 9, 10 hours on a sport bike, you're going to be hurting big time. So if I got minimal there, and then just enough here, this is kind of nice to have an actual muffler, unlike these new shorty cans. It doesn't get hot at all. You can, full temperature, just put your hand on it, and it's slightly warm. So, versus these, shorty cans, I'm sure they get much hotter, I would think. So, even with the pipe right here on my leg, I got, if you got riding pants or whatever, I've never had a problem. So, I left a little bit of margin for that. So, next, just gotta cut it out. So that will be the next part. Go from there. Alright guys, make sure you have all your protection on. Make sure your workspace is nice and clean so it helps you cut stuff. Yeah, right, like that's gonna happen. That didn't work. I need a vise, but the vise is not here. So, I need to like put my foot up there and hold it. Yeah, not the best tool for this. What to use? I didn't even see that. That might work. Probably not. It's probably for rocks, not for cars. I need a vise. I don't have a choice. Unfortunately, gotta use a vise. I don't work in metal, so I probably should have done that in the first place, but I don't want to. Feels pretty good. Alright, let's give it a shot. Much better at wrenching, not as good at meddling. Hopefully this works better. Okay, that's pretty good. put my fat feet on it, and I was like trying to like basically stand on it, then it bent a little bit. So you can see it's got a little bit of a bend in it, but like I said, I was practically standing on it. So even if this bends a little bit, it's not going to be, it's going to be way stronger than my ABS ones. So instead of getting hollow for the weight, definitely get a solid one. That would definitely be better. So now just mock it up. Just goes in there like that. Alright guys, now cut it, got it mocked up. So I actually pull it over a little bit this way, so you see it's got a little bit extra. And then over here I can put the whole boot on and still be outside that pipe, and plenty of room to that pipe, just a little bit on the left. So I know it looks like a 6-out ton, but you put the saddlebags on here, I bet you wouldn't even be able to see it. So, because saddlebags out to here. So that looks pretty good. Now I'm just gonna mark it for my sweet attachment system, which hopefully is gonna work. Alright guys, back to the vise. Where's the hammer? Hammer, hammer. I don't want a mallet. No mallet. I need a sledge or something for my punch. Where's the pick and hammer? I see no hammer. Wait, no, that's the hammer right there. Dark ass garage. Alright, got the punch. So maybe I can drill this straight the first time. Maybe. Which is extremely difficult with a drill press. Alright, let's see if I get this going here. Okay. Made a hole. Fairly soft. Let's try gold or black. I'm gonna go gold. Feeling the Olins right now. Ow. Stupid gloves. Mechanics gloves. Not so good for drilling. So hopefully the punch works right and will hold your bit so you can drill perfectly straight. Oh, okay. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. Gotta love it. I'm not the human ruler like my brother. Oh, daggum, that's way harder than I thought it would be. Come on. Well, vibration, high speeds, triple digits. know there's better ones I can get, but that should work. Alright. That's for the one side. What about the other side? Alright, punch. So that was surprisingly accurate. Hopefully I can do the same here. Okay. Let's try this one. Dunzo. Gotta have a vice. It's the only way to do it. Alright, let's try this one. That one's kind of loose. I could just put bolts on these, but I wanted a quick release. I feel like that'll be good enough. I really don't think vibration will take that out. Alright. That should work for now. Let's go try it. Put it on, see if it fits, if I mark the holes correctly. Tools back. Don't make a mess. Yeah, because you wouldn't want to mess up this very clean workspace here. No, that would be being a bad roommate. Wouldn't want that. Oh. Is that everything? Maybe. I think. Didn't I bring my flathead out here? Or did I not? I don't remember. Let's just go with it. Back to the garage wall. Sure I could get this one perfect this time, but I guess not. It's a little bendy, and I don't know how well these clips are going to work to hold it on, but it'll be much easier than 1.0. 1.0 didn't work so well. I mean, it worked, but it was definitely far from easy because I had to carry the bit for this. This is actually an Allen. Luckily, they kind of welded themselves in here, so you can't even like move it. So that was actually kind of a nice feature. It basically made a captive bolt, so you could actually start it like this and just screw it. And then, but then you had to get This is the shorty. The long one, you had to get like 2 extensions and an Allen socket to tighten it down. So this system with the cotter pins, or body clips, or fender hood pins, whatever you're gonna call them, will be way faster. So that's basically what I look for. Is love the sport bike, love the handling, love the power, but it's super uncomfortable unless you're picking a very small little man like Do It With Dan. So I mark this. There we go. So this one, I want to go straight down. Does it matter? I guess it's just gonna rotate. It's a little far out. Yeah, it's really hard. Okay. That's some janky stuff right there. Okay, that could get really... I didn't think about that. That could get annoying at speed, huh? But the exhaust is not... It's not the loudest, but it's not quiet. Especially if you're hauling, pulling triple digits. So... I don't know. I don't know if you'll even be able to hear that. Need a puff. Yummy. So, yeah, that's pretty janky. I mean, I was afraid the hole would be too tight and I wouldn't be able to get the cotter pin in, or the fender hood clip, whatever. That's janky, but is this gonna come out? I don't think so. So maybe I could get smaller ones. They had some smaller ones. That was the main thing though, is that this can't go this way, it can't go this way. You can rotate it and get all messed up. The last ones were plastic and in drilled holes that I was afraid were going to snap off, and they didn't. So, I think that'll work. Ow. So they're on there. I got good clearance on this side. So I can put my boot way out there. I can just hang off. I can come up here, but I don't want to. It hooks on the boot perfectly because it's the diameter. So it just hooks right on the heel of the boot. And then, yeah, so that one's good. This one's, it's there. Yeah? Let me see. You go for it. You bump your foot against the swing arm spool and then hook your heel in. Yeah? It works. It feels pretty comfortable, man. It feels pretty nice versus so uncomfortable. I haven't ridden this thing in months because of the snow. You gonna sit there? Maybe. Take 2. Once again. So your legs are up here. Nice and high. Luckily this is the R6S, so it doesn't really have clip-ons. It has more clip-ons, more handlebars that are actually above the triple clamps. So it basically comes with Healy bar risers. So I can easily sit up straight, no problem. If that's uncomfortable, then I can kick the swing arm spool, hook it in, and the right one's easy, just go right to it. And then ready to go. It's pretty comfortable. And my fat belly holds me up, so I don't even need to really hold on much. And if you want, put your elbow down on the tank. Much more comfortable. So that's it for the iteration. That'll work. I haven't tested it yet. Test it. Take it out for a run. I know it looks like the cornering clearance is garbage, but when you're hauling, 95 straight is an arrow. So it really doesn't matter. You can lean quite a bit, even at speed. There's like a couple curves and, you know, a little bit up there, but you know, I'm gonna have full saddlebags right there. So I'll have full saddlebags and a top bag, and then a sweet seat. I'll show you another video, and so you're not gonna want to hang off it anyway. And the saddlebags, I don't even know what they're, Cortec. Had them forever. Easy, high speeds, no problems whatsoever. As long as you strap them down good, it has a great system. So they don't go anywhere. You don't want to lean anyway. It's just for long drones on the freeway. Even at high speeds, it takes a while. It could take, from Reno, it could take 8 hours to get to Vegas because you have to go all the way around. Because I can only go barely 100 miles on a tank, barely. So I usually stop around 80. So yeah, that's that. Live long and prosper.